Hello, I'm Sean Richards of Not a Yes Man's Economics. What I'd like to talk to you about today is negative interest rates. Why is this come back into the sort of public arena? Well, the world's #1 citizen, Donald Trump, he's mentioned it again in a tweet last night. He met the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and he mentions talking to him about negative interest rates. Now that would be quite a move because the US official interest rate is somewhere around 1.75% at the moment, so a long way to go before it would get negative. Typically the Donald as well, if we look at the tweet, he actually only says negative interest, I guess the 280 character limit bit. If we look back a few days, he spoke to the Economic Club in New York and mentioned it again there, gimme more, gimme, sort of almost as if he was singing along with ABBA for older viewers here, gimme, gimme, gimme. More recently, maybe gimme more, Britney Spears, if we look at it in the musical sphere. But this has been a consistent line of argument from Donald Trump, whilst he's been president, that he wants lower interest rates. Now, he wants them even to go negative. This is a switch, perhaps, from past views that he's had, but he has had success with this because the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates 3 times this year, and no one was really expecting that before Donald Trump put pressure on them. So at the moment, he looks more in charge of interest rates than Jerome Powell, who actually is the chair of the Federal Reserve. There's some conceptual problems with this though, starting with the fact that President Trump is telling us it's a strong economy, the best ever, that sort of thing. So I'm not quite sure how that goes with it. Or of course the fact the stock market keeps going to all-time highs. If we look at countries that actually have negative interest rates, there's another problem. The problem here is that the economies don't seem to be doing very well. And as we look at these places, they established them a while ago. For example, mostly places went into negative interest rates in the period 2015, say for the euro area, 2016, Japan, more negativity, Switzerland, January 2015, and so on. We see that they've been around for a while now. So if they were going to work, that would be one argument, wouldn't it be? How long you've tried it for. The other would be how negative you're willing to go. Now that bit has varied slightly. We've seen the euro area impose more deeply negative interest rates recently when it went to -0.5%. But Japan's only gone to -0.1 and has never gone beyond that. Switzerland went lower again, -0.75%. But as you can see, this has gone on. If we now look at the economic position, well, we see GDP growth in the euro area of a bit over 1%. Actually, slightly higher in Japan, but that's a quirk of the way that their numbers have worked out. If they continue their erratic GDP pattern, that's about to fall. So it's not really a triumph there, is it? Because you would expect after such an enormous monetary stimulus, where we've seen negative interest rates, and in those 2 places, negative bond yields as well. So they've managed to get interest rates negative all the way along the spectrum. And just for people that don't follow this sort of thing, why am I picking that out? Well, because these are the things that impact on fixed rate mortgages, fixed rate borrowing for businesses. So they've tried to cover the full envelope, if I can put it like that. But where's the triumph been from it? And so this brings me to the next point. If we then come back to Donald Trump, where's the gain going to be? Is the economy going to leap forwards in response to this? It hasn't happened in Europe, hasn't happened in Japan. So really, this looks to me like possibly a way of financing his budget deficits, or just simply another way of getting the stock market even higher, something he seems to be very keen on. Thank you.